Hey everyone, it's Oliver. Today I'm going to be talking about embedded systems engineering. I'll go over what it is, what embedded systems engineers do at their jobs, and what degrees can lead to becoming an embedded systems engineer. So let's kick it off by trying to understand what embedded systems are. To those without an engineering background, this name might sound a little fancy or complicated, but really, embedded systems are all around us. In the context of engineering, an embedded system is really just a combination of hardware and software designed for a specific purpose. Anything from your calculator to a microwave to a digital camera will have an embedded system in it, hence the word embedded. An embedded system is essentially a computer system that has a dedicated function within a larger mechanical or electronic system. Most embedded systems today are made on a variety of microprocessors or microcomputers. These can be programmable or they can be for a single purpose, and they look a little bit something like this, or this, or this, or this. There's tons. They're everywhere. Rather than being multi-purpose like a laptop or your desktop computer, an embedded system usually serves a more focused, smaller purpose, which means it can be easier and cheaper to manufacture, as well as mass produce. But obviously, it takes somebody with a specific skill set to be able to program or develop a microcontroller or computer, and this is where a variety of different engineers come in. The most common engineers who work on an embedded system are computer engineers or mechatronics engineers. In these disciplines, you gain a background of both hardware and software systems and understand how computers work. With this skill set, they are ideally equipped to develop embedded systems for a variety of purposes. Other engineers who you might see working on embedded systems are software engineers who would try to optimize the code to make it run as efficiently as possible, or you might see electrical engineers or even engineering scientists who are testing out the electronics, making sure there's no interference between electronic components. All of these different fields of engineering might find themselves involved in embedded systems in one way or another at some point in their career. Practically every single thing that we use nowadays, aside from your desktop and laptop, will have some type of computer in it, and that's where a lot of these embedded systems are. And every year with the advances in technology, things like shrinking the sizes of transistors so that you get more processing power per the same space. Microcomputers have become very powerful and they can run some pretty complex algorithms, but with this complexity, you also need the people who are able to understand it this complex new way. Embedded systems engineers can work for many companies, but some popular ones are companies like Intel, Xilinx, AMD, Nvidia, and some of the other big tech companies like Apple, Microsoft, and Google. Since they all kind of have their own hardware and software systems, and they have to find ways to integrate those things. You could also work for smaller, more local companies to develop embedded systems for managing traffic, transit, or managing a business warehousing system. You also could work for a company that develops drones or security cameras or a variety of other systems related to that. There's pretty much limitless possibilities as an embedded systems engineer, and it's really up to you to find the thing that you're truly interested in and try to pursue the knowledge you need in order to work in that field. But generally, to work in embedded systems, you need to have not only a good understanding of how computer hardware works, along with how software works, along with how circuitry works, and many other things, but you also have to understand how all of those things work together, and once you can do that, you can proudly call yourself an embedded systems engineer. And I know that there's going to be some people out there who want to know how much an embedded system engineer gets paid, and this varies depending on where you live as well as which company you're working for. But generally, you can expect to start somewhere between $60,000 and $100,000. I know it's a pretty big range, but sometime after 2 to 5 years, you can easily be making over $100,000, sometimes a whole lot more. The best thing you can do for yourself if you really want to work on embedded systems is to try tinkering with them yourselves, learning about programming as well as circuits and computers, and then putting all of those things together to create fun projects to showcase to the world. So you can do that through a YouTube channel, through your LinkedIn page, or any other avenue that you see fit, and really show people that you know how embedded systems work. If you want any more information about embedded systems, I have some links down below in the description that you can check out if you're interested. Otherwise, that about wraps it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.